Welcome to the gun show. Nah, this is not about that. Today what we're doing is I'm going to attempt to simplify the barbell row, okay? This movement, the more simplistic you can make it, the more effective you're going to make it. Now that actually happens to be a theme across all barbell movements. The more simplistic, the more effective. So I want you to pay attention to the cues, and then I want you to watch this video back a couple of times just so you 100% get it ingrained in your body before you actually load the barbell with actual plate weight, okay? So let's take a look at this. Now I'm simply using a 45-pound Olympic barbell. I would highly recommend that you do the same. The first thing that you're going to understand about this movement is the bar, it never leaves the body. If it does, you're using too heavy a weight for your body right now, and you need to master simply keeping the bar on the body while driving under your belly button to really get the effectiveness of this movement. And if it's not effective, you're not going to work your back to the maximum potential of your natural ability. Feet are shoulder width distance. You're going to hinge at the hip, which simply means drive your butt back. From here, you're going to shoulders down and back, and you want to keep them that way. So not just back, but also down, okay? Because that flexes the lat. Now from here, if you can't feel the lat flexing, you have to work on your mind to muscle connection, because if you can't feel it here, you're not going to feel it in the pulling phase of the barbell row. So how do we do that? We're going to drive the bar into our body as hard as possible and drive the shoulders not just back but also down. And I want you to hold that position until you really get the feeling in your lats. You're going to start to feel that your shoulder blades are really flexing hard. Somewhere between the bottom of your shoulder blades and in between your shoulder blades, it's going to be lit up. Now when you feel that, you don't want to lose that connection, and you want to further hip hinge down, keeping your chin tucked militantly. So the chin is back, not down. Now, when we get to the place where we can feel the hamstrings stretching, and we're not dropping our shoulders whatsoever, we're keeping the shoulders tightly down and back as we started, we're simply going to keep the bar on the body and pull this bar right under your belly button. Even as you lower the barbell, you never take it off your body. Now, what you're going to see in the gym is that because individuals are trying to use heavier weight than what they can really control their lat with, you're going to see that they start to shrug the weight up, okay? So you never want to see those shoulders go up towards your ears ever during this entire movement. And you're also going to see that their range of motion is limited. So instead of being down here where the hamstring is completely stretched relative to wherever their range of motion is, they may be way up here. Now, when you get up here, what you'll start doing is you'll instantly start shrugging the shoulders up because you're in more of a posture for a shrug. When you're down here, you have more of this horizontal line that you're pulling from. So here we can drive straight back and keep the shoulders down more so than we can in this posture here. So you have to make sure that you're using a weight that you can control without shrugging your shoulders, and while coming into the deepest range of motion that you can feel your hamstrings stretching at. From there, all you're doing is just literally rowing the bar directly into your waist, right under the belly button, okay? So find your belly button, right under that is what you should be aiming at. Another way to think of it is you're aiming at the crease. So if you were to hip hinge, the crease right here, and that's what you're aiming for, as you are not letting the barbell off of your body and pulling directly into that crease without shrugging your shoulders as you do the movement, without standing up too high while you're doing the movement as to activate the trap more so than the lat, because your focus is your lower to middle lat, okay? Although, because you're pulling something towards you, you're still going to get a little bit of upper back activation and a little bit of trap activation because they're all connected, okay? If you look at the anatomy, it's all connected. So the best thing that we can do to get the most out of the lats is keeping the shoulders back and down, keeping the bar pulled into the body as hard as humanly possible, okay? That's going to limit the trap activation. The next thing that's going to limit trap activation is keeping your chin pulled back. Anytime your chin is forward, you're activating your traps, okay? It's a function of the traps, simply driving the chin forward. So the chin has to be back, shoulders back but also down, bar driven into the body. That's already going to activate the lats. And then coming into the posture where the hamstrings are now stretched, knees are softly bent, they're not straight, they're softly bent. From there is where we pull the bar directly under our belly button without shrugging to get the weight up. As you can see here, I have to move my arms in funny ways and all kinds of stuff in order for that to happen, where you'll see and think that you're getting the most out of the movement that way because you're using heavier weight. All you're literally doing is just getting more trap activation. And when I say trap, is trapezius for those of you who do not know. So we're here versus here. Hopefully you can see the difference of that. Now I'm just gonna go after it and show you 5 reps so you can see it without me talking. Let's get strong.